Hey guys, welcome back to GM Tunes. So in this particular tutorial, we're going to talk about filtering the data, which we have created a simple example over here, and we are just going to see how are we really going to filter the data out of it, and let us see how we go ahead with the use case. So the first thing which I'm really going to try over here is you can see if I just again enter Webpack, it is allowing me to enter the duplicate topics over here. So for example, React is already present and I am just entering React. It is allowing me to to enter the topic which has already been taken care of. So we have to somehow filter the data out, and for that particular thing what we are really going to do is we're going to do some changes in the key press handler. And the first thing which I'm going to do over here is I'm just going to see, I just do a console.log, and I'm going to say that this dot state dot topics, I'm just going to see includes whether it includes the current value, yeah, which I'm trying to enter. So I'll just copy this particular thing out, cut it off, and I'll just paste it over here, and I'll just see whether what output I get. Okay, so once I go ahead and I see web, let me enter some unique topic, and I would say it should be like Angular 2. Once I enter, it says false, and let me just again try to enter Angular 2. Now it says true. So that means this particular statement becomes a condition for me to check before entering anything inside this particular topic area. That means changing the state. And how I'm really going to do it, if at all it is false, I'm going to allow the topic set state to be worked fine. And if it is not, I'm going to just I'm just going to put a condition over there. So what I'm going to do is over here I'll just remove this console.log. I'll say if this condition is false, that means there is no, whatever I'm trying to input, it is not duplicate. I'll be allowing it to be worked in the same way, or else I'm just going to say console.log. I'll just say a validation message, and it will be the value, the topic already exists. Okay, I'll just copy it. Now let me just put Angular 2. It is showing me no console.log over here, but at the same time it has added the thing onto the list. Let me just try and add the same thing again over here, and I just hit enter. It says the topic already exists, right? So my logic is really working fine for me in terms of what I really wanted to achieve. But there's one more thing which I can do over here is I can just display the message on my website rather than just writing it down in my console. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to introduce one more state, and that particular state would be nothing but the validation message. So over here I'll just go and just add some message, and that would be nothing but the value already, exactly the same which I had written before. And this is great. And now I'm just going to display this somewhere between my list and my text field over here, and it will occur only if there is some message already there inside that particular state. So over here I'm just going to say nothing but a p tag, a paragraph tag, and I'll just say this dot state dot message. Yeah, and it will render only when, it will render only when, if at all, there is something inside this dot state dot message. So it's great. So if at all, I just go ahead and add. Now let me just, my predefined Angular data is somewhat misleading. I'll just get rid of this extra Angular. So over here, I'll just go and try to add React. And once I set enter, you can see there is this particular validation message which pops up. What I'll do is, just for the sake of somewhat beautification, I'll just go ahead and I can give a class name to it called danger. So it'll just make it red. Oh, I have applied it to a wrong paragraph tag. I'll just put it over here. Yeah. So now if I just go ahead and add something like React, it'll say the value already exists, right? Okay. So now once I say enter something called Angular 2, things are working fine for me. But again, if at all it is a successful update of the topics, it should also get rid of this particular message. For that particular thing, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this particular thing out, right? Or let me not just copy, I'll just put one more message update over here, message property, and it should be nothing but yes. So now I'll just put React, oh, React over here, you can see. And if I now try to add an Angular 2, the validation goes off, and my data is updated over here, and it seems that my logic is really working great for me. One more thing which I would really like to go ahead and see is, let me just go ahead and add a button over here, and let me just add a button like a delete button, which would be in front of these particular lists, so that now if at all I want to delete any of the topic, I can easily do that. For that, I'll just write a bit of a code over here and button, and that particular button would be named as delete. I'll just give some class names over here, and this class name is nothing going to be line. I'll just, yes, and I'll just put it here as well. Yeah, correct. So let me just go and see my CSS. You can see all my classes are defined over here, and that is the reason you're able to see this. So I am really not going to concentrate on the look and feel over here. Rather than that, I would be more happy to go through the business logic or the logic which I'm going to create. So let me just go and write a callback function, a delete function, and the delete function would be having something like topic as an output. So every time I hit delete in front of webpack, I'll get webpack as the parameter inside this topic, or I can get React, or I can get Angular, which is there over here. One more thing, again, inside my delete, I'm going to access this global global variable, and so for that I'm just going to say this dot delete is nothing but this dot delete dot bind, and I'm going to bind this object over here so that I can access this dot set state and etc. inside my delete function. So over here I'm just going to say nothing but on click, and my on click is going to have an inline function that is nothing but going to be a function, and this function is going to just call this dot delete, and my delete function is going to be having topic as an argument. And once I save it, I'll just go ahead and console.log my topic over here, console.log, and that is nothing but topic. Oh, typo. Right. So once I just hit delete button, You can see Webpack comes off, React comes off, or Angular comes off. So it is great. Over here, I'm just going to use the filter method of prototype method of array. So how to use it is nothing but this dot state dot topics dot filter. So this topic is nothing but array. So array is having a filter method, and it also has a callback function as an argument over here. So I just go ahead and just see over here. I'm just going to return a truth condition, and the truth condition says that my topic should not be equal to this particular topic. Oh, but let me just rename it as an E, and whatever should be the output. So what this particular thing is going to output, so if at all I am hitting delete as Webpack, so it will return everything from this dot state dot topics but Webpack. Okay, so if I just hit delete for React, so I get all the list but React, and this is how the filter method works. So I'll just get it like updated topics, and then it is very simple. I'm just going to say this dot set state, and the set state is going to be have nothing but topics, and the topic is going to be but updated topics. Let me just save it, and let me just try to delete Webpack over here. So you can see I delete the Webpack, I delete Angular, I delete React. I try to again do it. Back, I enter, I React, Angular 2, and again I'm trying to do. So I'm somehow able to filter the data as well as I'm able to delete the data as well and put the validation. So guys, that's it for the session, and if at all you find it a little bit good to learn, and you're better than your past with respect to these topics, so please like, share and subscribe. Thanks a lot, guys.